Hello and welcome to another video on my channel, YouTube world. Thank you for watching. Today I am here to do the unpopular opinions tag, so let's just get started. Question number one is a popular book or series that you didn't like. So for this one, I'm going to go with, hold on a second. This is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. So for this one, I'm going to go with, and this is a kind of tentative answer because I couldn't really think of a good answer to this question because there's nothing really that I haven't read a book yet that I just absolutely hated, but there are books that are just kind of like eh. This answer I'm going to say is Mockingjay from the Hunger Games trilogy. Now don't get me wrong, I don't dislike this book, it's just I loved Catching Fire. The way I read the books is I read the second one and the third one really quickly, like back to back, so I actually kind of burned myself out. Things were happening, but it wasn't like as exciting as Catching Fire was, so I'm just basically just going through the book, just waiting for it to end, just ready to be done. So it's not exactly fair to Mockingjay. Even still, I wasn't as thrilled reading the book as I was Catching Fire. Books ideally are supposed to get better as they go along, but it was kind of just like Question number two is a popular book or series that everyone seems to hate but you love. Well, I guess there's two answers. The obvious answer would be Twilight, like duh. You either love it or you hate it, really. But I love it. It got me started with writing and reading. I had a math teacher in 8th grade, and you know, there was this whole conversation for like maybe 20 minutes in our math class about Twilight. There was the people defending it and the people who were going against it, and it was just like, it's a math class. We're supposed to be talking about algebra, and we're talking about Twilight. There's a stupid fly! I can hear the buzz. I hate the buzz. Get out of here! Get out of here! My other answer for this question is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. Now, I haven't heard about anyone who's like actually hated this book, but I have heard some people who say, that stupid fly! Some people who have said that it's not their favorite of the series and they didn't really care for it as much, but I really like this book. I think part of it, to be honest, is the person that I was picturing as Wolf. It's a model named Marlon Teixeira, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's a Brazilian model. Go look him up. Maybe I'll leave a link to the Google images of him in the description below. Woohoo! Question number three, a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you don't like. So this one I feel very strongly about, and that is Isla and Josh from Isla and the French Kiss. I don't know if this is really a spoiler. I guess it kind of is a spoiler. Spoilers! I have no problems with Josh, but I liked him better with Rashmi than I did with Isla, mainly because I don't like Isla. Yeah, this is spoilers, by the way. I felt like Isla was very whiny and she was very like self-entitled. She was so upset that Josh spent so much time in the book that he was making with pictures of Rashmi and not so many pages with her. When I'm like, he was dating Rashmi and he knew her for over a year. He only knew you for a couple of months. What do you expect? And it's just like, I couldn't get around it, and like just the whole time I was reading, I couldn't get out of my head that the way it read was like Stephanie Perkins had to write a third book, and so this is what she wrote, as opposed to like the first two books, especially the first one, Anne and the French Kiss, which I really loved. Okay, one of my favorite books ever. So it was like so crazy to go from my favorite book ever to a book that I don't really like, mainly because of the main character. I would have much rather Josh stay with Rashmi, or no one, or maybe just not with Isla. I don't like Isla. The covers though are so beautiful. I mean, just look at them all. Look at all the beautiful covers. Question number four is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. And for this, I'm going to say nonfiction, memoir kind of situations. I read books to get away from the world, so if the book is about the world, I'm not really interested. You know, I like my fiction. I prefer my fiction. I don't really care about a nonfiction books, you know. If anything, there's the one book I would read is Amy Poehler's biography, Yes Please. Like that looks like it. Like I love Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec, so I think, so I mean, like it seems like it'd be funny. I don't know. I haven't really heard like reviews about it. I haven't really sought them out, but if I read anything, it'd be that. But just otherwise, I don't really care for the genre. Question number five is a popular or beloved character that you do not like. So for this one, my answer is oh so controversial, and I'm gonna say Shahrazad from Wrath and the Dawn. I don't really like her. Actually, it's not even her so much as her character changed. She went from like being vehemently against, what is his name, Khalid, the prince, like she was set out to kill him, and I didn't really see how she got from there to being so in love with him. It just kind of seemed like one day she hated him, the next day she was in love with him. I didn't see that progression, and maybe I missed something. I just went like the last half of the book not really understanding her motives. Like I just didn't get it. And yeah, I did buy the second book. I liked generally the book, I just didn't like the character. But I had some other issues with that book. The whole plot about her father working the magic, that didn't really weave well into the rest of the story for me. It just kind of seemed like a random side plot that was there, but it didn't seem to connect to the main plot. Now, I'm sure, I haven't read the second book yet, but I'm sure in the second book it like comes into play better, but it's just the way that it was woven into the plot. It didn't really make sense for me. But anyway, the whole point is that I don't really like Shahrazad. I didn't like her character development. Sorry, not sorry. Question number 6 is a popular author you can't seem to get into. So for this, I don't really have an answer, and that's just because you can't seem to get into. So for this, I don't really have an answer. Basically, there are just certain authors I haven't just reached for a book of theirs. If there's like a book or a series that I'm not interested in and it's by a particular author, then that's nothing really on the author so much as it is on the book itself. So I don't really have an answer for this one. Question number 7 is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. So for this one, I'm gonna say corrupt governments and illnesses among society, which are basically the two main prongs of dystopian novels. And that's not to say that I don't like dystopian novels. The whole reason I stopped reading dystopian novels, like seeking them out, is because I just kind of saw right through every single dystopian novel that was like really popular was based on a government that went corrupt or some disease of some type spreading throughout society. And I'm just kind of like, okay, can we think of more creative reasons for society to unravel? There's like probably quite a few dystopian novels that I haven't read just because of that. Because once I saw right through that, I stopped reading dystopian novels altogether. At least dystopian novels that were obviously dystopian. Because there are some dystopian novels that don't really seem like they don't really seem at first that they are. Question number 8 is a popular book or a series that you have no interest in reading. So for me, this is the Fifth Wave series, but I read the summary of the first book and like it seemed really interesting, you know, with the first wave being this, the second wave being that, all the way up to the fifth wave. So the premise seemed really interesting. I just don't feel like reading the book. Question number 9 is, the saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? So for this, I'm gonna say The Scorch Trials, which is the second book in the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. I really like the first book, contrary to popular opinion, which I guess I could have also said that for question number 2, but whatever. I really liked the first book. I did. I thought it had a lot of good tension and all that stuff that really kept my interest. And like I liked the movie too, of the first one. And the second one, I liked the movie better, even though the second movie kind of like took some plots from the third book. I like what they did better with that, better than how it was in the book. Because the first book for me was really good. The second book was good. It was okay. And I'm only halfway through the third book, as I have been for several months now, and I just can't get myself to pick it up because I'm just not really interested in it anymore. But I'm like, I've like half a book left in this series, but I'm not even really forcing myself. That is all I have for the Unpopular Opinions tag. Down in the comments, why don't you pick a question and answer it for me, you know? Pick one of these 9 questions and let me know what your unpopular opinion is of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come in the F-U-T-U-R-E. Yeah, I spelled that right, okay? Right? Future? Yeah, okay. Yeah, like and subscribe. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!